Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to another video. Alrighty, you guys, budget day. Doing this a day early because I will not be able to do it tomorrow. So jump on in. Let's talk budget, y'all. Okay, we are on our midweek. No, we are on mid-month because what's today, the 11th? So not quite in the middle of the month, but we are getting close, right? So it's mid-month budget update, week 2 of our first summer budget. And so we're doing okay. We're finally starting to make, I thought we were making some headway, y'all. I thought we were making some headway, but the devil be so busy and he be doing a whole lot. And y'all, I got a bill in the mail that I did not expect. I did not expect this bill in the mail. I'm going to have to call on Monday to see what the problem is and have them do a little explaining to Shakima. But anywho, we are here. Hey, everybody. Before I jump into the actual budget, I want to talk to you guys about, well, I'll do the budget first and then I'll tell you all about this bill because, hey, now, good to see everybody. I did not expect that bill to come and it came out of nowhere, but that is okay. We are starting to make some headway. So let's jump in to the budget and see how the numbers look, right? I think it's important to make sure that we are sharing all of the things that need to be shared. And so real numbers, real time, all the things we are sharing. All right, let me jump over and make sure that I have my my actual budget up. And I'll share with you all what we got going on. Okay, very good, very good. Want to be able to make sure that I can see any comments that might come up. Okay. All right, so here we are. This is our July budget. Now, you guys, a couple things have come in, and I hope I got everything. If not, I'll be able to tell. So this is our summer cash. So no actual paycheck money in the month of July or the month of August. This is just money that I was able to pull out of my paycheck 10 months and sink into an account so that I will be able to have money during my summer months because I am technically unemployed as a teacher in the state of North Carolina. I'm technically unemployed during the summer months, right? I'm contracted to be employed my 10 months, but those 2 months I am unemployed. So it is up to me either to get another job just for those 2 months or to pull out some funds, which I do. That's better for me. Pull out enough money and that money gets dumped into a big account and then they split it. So I get half in July and half in August. So $4,000 went into my summer cash, into my checking account from my summer cash account, which last year it was $1,965. So double that plus a little bit. And then I got child support. So on the 2nd, I got $440.46. On the 8th, I got $216.46. And then jumping down to unexpected gifts, blessings, funds transferred. I got $10.66 as a TikTok refund because I bought a brush for the dogs that I never did get. It didn't come in the mail almost a month later. So I just requested a refund. Jackson paid me gas money on the 5th, $50. Okay. I got $125. So the last time I was on, remember I was telling you guys, if you have supplemental insurance, because somebody asked this question in the comments and I'm glad that I'm here. So I have supplemental insurance. I have my regular health insurance that take care of the kids, all their doctors, and teeth and eyes. So dental, vision, and medical. In addition to that, I have what's called a medical bridge policy. So if I or one of the kids have to go to the hospital and we have to stay over in the hospital, they will pay us a benefit, or they will pay the difference between what my insurance will pay. They'll make up that difference. Then I have an accident policy. If something happens to me, that's accidental. Something happens to the kids, that's accidental. They will pay out a benefit. I have a disability policy. If something happens to me, hey now, if something happens to me and I become disabled, or one of my kids become disabled that are still on the policy, they will pay out a benefit. I have a cancer policy. If I get cancer, the kids get cancer. We curse cancer in Jesus' name, not over here at this house. But if that happens, then there's a benefit. So as I pay those premiums every year, we have something called a wellness benefit. So because we get our preventative care, I go and get my mammogram done in January. Or if you get blood work done, if you get a pap smear, if you still get those, I do not. If you get Lord, just whatever those little preventative once a year type things to keep you healthy, then those policies, the cancer, disability, accident, and medical bridge, those policies all pay out a small, what's called a wellness benefit. They prefer for me to go and get my test done to make sure that everything is okay with my health than for me to have something come up and then they have to pay a huge thing later. So, and then we also get 5 doctor's office visits. So if I go to the doctor, I'm going to get $25 for 5 times. I get 3, the kids get 2, or the kids get all 5. It's anybody that's on that policy. Now, Shamika has rolled off at 26. Trandon rolled off when he turned 26. I just have myself and sister and Jackson. So I think I had a couple doctor's appointments, like starting in January. Then I went in May. I went in June. I mean, I just had a couple doctors, and I forgot all about them till we were talking about it last time. And then Jackson had to go to the doctor when he got back. The kids went to Texas, and when he got back from Texas, he was having some problems. So I took him to the doctor. So I was able to find 5 doctor's office visits in the year of 26. And I went in and I went ahead and applied for or filled out a claim for my doctor's office visits. They gave me $125, 25 a piece. I paid for some medication for a sister. She couldn't get there to pick it up. And so I just went ahead and picked it up. So she gave me the money back at $33. And then for the big wellness visit, because I got my wellness benefit in January when I got my mammogram. Sister went and had blood work done. So $350 came from her benefit. All I had to do was fill out the claim. Last year, they denied it. Then they asked me if I had any paperwork that said she went and done it. So I just downloaded her paperwork thing with all her results on it, sent that over, and they did it. This year, they did not. They just approved it. And then Jackson, he went for his last wellness visit before he goes to college to get all his shots. And I asked the doctor, she was just going to do like a hemoglobin. I was like, look, I'm going to get a wellness benefit if he gets his blood work done. We went and had the blood work done the very next day. I applied for the benefit that same day, and I was approved the next day. So Jackson got $350. So all those things combined gave us $918.66 as a total in that unexpected gifts, blessings, funds transferred. I had totally forgotten about my wellness benefits. And the truth is, you guys, I had those policies. I've had those policies for years and years and years and never filed a claim of wellness benefit, nothing. I even had, when Jackson was little and ended up getting tubes in his ears, I had a policy that would cover that and did not even realize that until he had already had the surgery. I was struggling, trying to figure out money. He was a little kid. And then I actually happened to be at another meeting, and the representative of that company was there talking about it. And he said something, and I was like, wait, what? I did not have a clue that that was a thing. But every year since, I've tried to get my benefits, and I get whatever I can get, whatever can be claimed. I go ahead and get those. But I had totally blanked on it these past couple months. So it helped us out. Yes, ma'am. I did find out, and that's how I ended up getting for Jackson's ears when he was younger, because it was that 3-year thing. So what I needed to do was just have the doctor fill out a particular paperwork, and they just took it right on through. And it was the first time, I think I got like $1,200 or something back. And I was like, Lord Jesus, I really needed that money. because I just did not know. Here's the thing I want to say, and I think this is important, and y'all go ahead and like the video because that just helps us get out into the algorithms. 27 of y'all in here. Please, can I have 27 likes? Or just dislike it, do something. It just pushes us out. But we assume that everybody knows everything that we know. And the truth is we don't. I remember just signing up for those policies thinking, okay, if something ever happens, the kids will have something, to fall back on. I was not aware, even when I signed up for it, whoever signed me up was just trying to sign up. They wasn't explaining it. I was not aware that there was a benefit attached to it. And I was like, oh my goodness. For years I had AFLAC, never filed nothing. And I kicked myself because I could have used that money. It could have helped us not struggle as much. But when you don't know, you don't know. When I found out, trust me, they didn't get me after that. But that 3-year thing for sure, I just didn't realize that. Happened to be at a meeting and they were like, you can file 3 years back. I was like filing for everything. I was trying to find all the things. And it has helped me. But that helped really to bridge a gap for us this month. And so I was very thankful. That pushed us into our total income being $5,575.58. Now, scrolling on down, here's what has been paid. Or I'll go to this week so we can talk about what has been paid this week. Let's just see, because I did have some expenses come out. All right. So I had some household miscellaneous come out at $31.55. Then I had some landscape fabric I needed to pick up for $15.99. I just put it on Mr. Jerome's his line item because it was yard stuff. If you notice, $160 is also going to Mr. Jerome because he is coming to do that backyard work for me. So if you can think about this, right, where my house is, I'm telling you, it's the gospel truth. Y'all, we just don't know what we're signing up for. Ask questions. There's no dumb question. And even if they make you feel like it, just remember you paying them premiums, and whatever is your kickback from that is your kickback. If you don't get anything, that's fine, but you don't want to miss your coins because you just didn't know. And so I just try to listen, or I'll ask somebody that I trust to not think I'm crazy, because I just did not realize. I mean, I came from a family that was on Medicaid and public assistance. We didn't have personal private health insurance, none of that type of stuff. We just didn't have that. So when I became an employee and had all this stuff, it was all new to me. I'm getting ready to go into my retirement phase, and I don't know how my retirement works, y'all. I'm going to have to ask some questions. I still got a little bit, but I'm going to have to ask some questions so I'll know exactly how everything works before I leave, because I don't want to get out there. Well, how does my insurance work? How am I even going to pay for the insurance? I'm going to have another job before I retire, because I'm going to have another job. That's just, it's just how it is. But anyway, so in my backyard, we're all fenced in. So my backyard neighbor has a fence. These two neighbors have a fence. All I had to do was put up the front fence and a little bit of a side yard fence. And my whole yard is fenced in. But this all used to be woods. So in those, the space between my house and the next house over here, and then back behind my neighbor, and then this house over here, those little woods and little sapling trees and things try to start growing back up. And honestly, it's too hot. There's a lot of snake activity. It's just what it is. And so I don't want the dogs. I don't want myself to be walking around anywhere and step in a pile of something that I don't know. I've let the leaves fall down or whatever the case. So once a year, Mr. Jerome comes and he cleans all of that out for me. So I don't have little saplings growing up, and I don't have, I got one tree, it kind of grows these little arms, these little thingamajiggies. And so he cleans up all that stuff for me. And that is what the time is now. So it's $160. And I figured, since we did get those benefits, let me go ahead, instead of trying to work on the sinking funds. I know I got to work on sinking funds, but let me go ahead and pay him up so that work is all done. And I'm not trying to figure out where that money is going to come from down the line. I can always figure out sinking funds. I need this work done today. Moving on down, my Health Wage gym came out and Jackson's gym came out. And then I had to pay taxes. Okay. What Let me go back. Hang, please. Let me go back up. Okay, I'm missing some money. Good. Listen, do the thing. So $268 and some change. I got a, hold please. Let me make sure I put this in correctly, because I knew that didn't sound right. Let me see. Activity. Nope, it's $262 and 19 cents. Okay, and that came from, let me just put my note. That was July the 7th. That was $262.19. And that was from Paper Sunday. I knew that was coming in because I was able to see that. Okay. So if you've used my Paper Sunday link, thank you so much. It's amazing to me that that link does provide us with some type of passive income. So I do appreciate that. That did come in, and I know for sure that I'm thinking I already put, but that $41, if I think about it, so 26 plus another 13, 21. Let's see. 262 times 15%, 39.30. I must have rounded it up to $41. But that's where that money came from. It was that Paper Sunday. So let me keep going down. Netflix came out at $21.34. I needed a few grocery items, so I picked that up at $32.43. Now, I needed to pay for my P.O. box. My P.O. box, I got a notice on the 1st that was due August 1st, right? 31st is my last day. It renews. But if I did not pay it before the 11th, today is the 11th, before the 10th, yesterday, if I didn't pay it by the 10th, it was going to go up. So it's not due until the 31st. But if you don't pay it by the 10th, it's going to go up by the time you pay for it on the 31st. And so I went ahead and paid that at $94. So I'm good for the next 6 months. And I only got the 6 months worth. I have a lot of my review packages and stuff sent there. I am just not real sure that a lot of people aren't porch pirates and that kind of thing. And I just don't want any issues. If I'm supposed to get a package, I want to make sure that the package does come. And so I keep that address on file very specifically for those review items that come. I know several of you purchased something from Jackson's college registry. That all went to the post office box. Anytime someone sends me something, it goes to the post office box. It's just safer to have a place, even though you should be safe in your own neighborhood. But you see these videos of people all the time going on folks' porches and stealing stuff. Like, really? Come on now, get a job. You so creative and thought-provoking. Get a job and do something with your life, but whatever. So I went ahead and took care of that. So I'm good now for the next 6 months, and I'll start a sinking fund in August for the P.O. box. Scrolling on down. Okay, the $33, that was the money that I had paid out, and sister paid me back. So that money washed for her medication. But then Jackson needed medication. So Jackson is going to college next month, and he needed some re-ups on his meds, his asthma meds, before he gets there. He will have full access to all of the medical facilities on campus, but I don't trust them, and I don't trust Jackson. I need to make sure that he has all his meds ahead of time. He will have his steroids. He will have his cortico inhaler. He will have his albuterol. He will have his machine. He'll have a medical ID bracelet, which I have to purchase. He'll have all of those types of things so that he will be well able to be well while he is at school. If that makes any sense. Okay. Moving down to the next item. What else did I have? What is going on with this right now? Come now. Okay. Very good. Let's see. Scrolling on down. Okay. $315. So once I got, I think it was the benefit from Jackson. I have to travel for a pastor's conference. I have a work conference. So I have a couple things coming up. And so I thought, why not go ahead and put a little money to the side? Now, the pastor's conference, I have to pay for. That's out of pocket. That's room. That's a rental car, which I need to go ahead and do the rental car thing. That's room plus rental car. The flight is already paid for. That's no problem. But I still have to pay for the room and the rental car. So we're talking about, I think the room was like $400, and then a rental car is another $200. So about 600-ish odd, 700 odd dollars. 315 will get me a little bit of the ways there. That's for the pastor's conference. I have to pay for gas. I have to pay for food, but I don't have to pay for my hotel when I go to my work trip. But because I'm driving my own personal vehicle and I requested a county vehicle, but they did not have any available, I can now count gas when I go to my work trip. So when I go to my work trip, I'm going to be able to count the trip from my house to there and from there back to my house. So the round trip at 72.5 cents a mile. And then I'll also be able to count my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner within the state rates. Even if I don't use the whole amount, it's just a set amount that we have. And once I get back from that trip, I'll be able to submit that reimbursement and those funds will come back to me. So whatever I get back from that, I will then put into the account to pay for all of my travel, right? So my room is already paid. I don't have to worry about that, but they only reimburse you for your meals and your gas when you get back. Any parking I have to pay for, they'll reimburse. That's for work, not for the pastor's conference. Because I don't have a church, right? I have to pay for my own pastor's travel, right? Okay. So I just thought, let me, instead of doing the sinking funds, this is a more pressing need. So I'm not having a lot of bills hanging out on my credit card while I'm trying to sink my funds. I'll come back to sinking funds. I think I'll be able to do, I think I'll be okay. Once we get our, once I get my, to know what my paycheck will be in August, I'll be fine. Or September, because we'll get our first official paycheck in September. So once I know what that is, I'll be able to do what I need to do. Moving down, I put money in Jackson's account. Okay, I put $25 this week, but last week I put $50 because he got the $440. So I put $50 then, and this week I put $25. Gwen and Grace, when I took Gweenie to the vet, they noticed some tartar or some buildup on her teeth, but Gracie will not let you check her teeth at all, period. But the doctor was like, okay, here's some drop, here's a list of drops that they would use for their teeth. So I was able to find it on Amazon for $20.23. So I went ahead and ordered the drops for their teeth. So I had to do I had to do a vet visit this month, a vet visit last month, teeth, and Gwen had to have food. So I got all of those things and I put that in. Scrolling on down. Gas, it was like $4.25. I stopped at the gas station and picked something up. And then $181 came out of that. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. $181 came out of that $262.19 paper Sunday to pay for car insurance, right? So I just took that big chunk, I tithed, and then I took the rest, I put taxes, and then the rest of that went to the car insurance. I didn't spend any money anywhere else. Tithe, taxes, car insurance, and that's what I did. Okay, here's my tithe. $13. What did that come from? That came from the 125, $13. $57 came from 35 of that was for the premium that sister got for the 350. And then that would have left $27, which came from the paper Sunday. That came from that. So that was 57. And then the $35 on Thursday came from the second premium wellness benefit from Jackson. So I went ahead and tithed on all of that. And let's go back to the budget sheet and see where does that bring us? Okay. Now, that took my total income once I added in that 262.19. I'm glad I remembered to add that in. $5,837.77. $1,000 is mortgage. $188.34 is utilities. My utilities are going up next month. My projected has already been sent to my email. $106.58 is my water. We are on a severe water restriction here. I can water my garden 3 times a week unless it rains. I have my rain barrel out there. I'm hoping to get some water that way. Cell phone was $45. Internet was $55. Household miscellaneous ended up being $104.43. For Mr. Jerome, to include the extra work he's going to do, $295.99. But also I got some landscape fabric for the garden. Oh, my recycling came up. I did pay that at $213.24. My Roth IRA was $75. My gym, Jackson's Gym, have come out. Taxes off of the paper Sunday was $41. For his college sinking fund, I put $50 in there, which I have to talk about that in just a minute. Netflix was $21.34. Groceries so far was $290.43. $50 for preps. Personal care was $100. The PO box was $94. Doctor's office, dentist. This included prescriptions. Those things that we typically don't have was $113.39. My supplement for my GLP-1 was $149. For vacation entertainment was $315. Miscellaneous savings for Jackson is already at $75. Gracie and Guinea was $23, but don't forget that I paid for all of the vet and stuff on my credit card, and so I just put that money towards the credit card payment. It was in there for the dogs, but I just got the points and I went ahead and paid it off. My credit card was $13.47 because that included some back stuff I had to pay, plus all the stuff I paid now. So we're all caught up on that. Gas, $204.25. Car insurance was $181 because I did not pay it last month. I didn't have any extra money to put into it last month, so I went over a little bit on it this month. Tithe is $150. For offering, $97.50. Savings, I saved $100. That gives me total expenses of $5,542.24, leaving $295.53, which is totally not right. Okay, let me go back up and make sure I didn't count some money somewhere that I wasn't supposed to count it. Okay, let me see. What do I have in here? Let me see what else is in this one. Dog brush. This was $10.66. Gas money, doctor's office meds, wellness benefits. Looking for a gift for her intercessory gathering guest. Yes, ma'am. It's all, they have journals, they have planners, all kinds of neat items. I can't say when it will come back. The 25th, that's a short turnaround. If you look on some of my other videos, you should be able to see a link. If you go in the description box, any of my other videos will have a link on there. I'll try to remember to link it on here, but you should see it. I would call and ask. I cannot say that it would be back in that short of a time period because it's already the 11th. That's only 2 weeks. But it could. I'm not saying I know that to be true. I'm just saying I don't know if that's true or not. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out where did the extra money come or go, but 294 is what it says, and if that's what I have in my account, that's what I have in my account. But I don't think I have that much. So I'm trying to figure out what I did not, what I missed. This is why it's important to go back and make sure that you're looking at all the things. You're welcome. So for right now, it looks like I have $295.53 extra that I did not have before, which I'm almost positive is not correct, but y'all don't get me the line. Mr. Jerome, I wrote some stuff down, but I don't have my planner with me. If I find out that I've done something wrong, I'll fix it. But that's kind of where we are for the moment. Now, let's talk a little bit about this bill. So I had all the things, right? Here I am. Yep, all the bills are paid. All the debts are paid. The credit card is paid off. Both credit cards paid off. So we had zero numbers, 0, 0, 0. Very good. What we used for the credit card, we took out of our fund and we paid over here, did all the things. Then I found out, I think I went to the mailbox yesterday and I got a bill from the dentist's office. I had a cleaning. When did I have a cleaning? I had a cleaning a couple weeks back. It's the beginning of, was it in June? It was in June, a cleaning. And typically there's 2 cleanings a year, every 6 months. The doctor wanted to see me every 4. So that meant I was getting a 3rd cleaning. Now, before I agreed to go to the 3rd cleaning, I made sure with my insurance that they would pay for 3. So she said, listen, we'll pay for 2 regular cleanings. But if they want any more than that, because at the other dentist, before I switched over, I was getting 4 and I wasn't paying anything. She said they have to make sure that they bill it this, because I had to have that full mouth descaling, the top and the quadrants and all the things like years and years ago, because I had not been to the dentist in forever. So they did all that. She said, because you had all of that work done previously, they need to bill it this way, and we'll pay for 2 cleanings under periodontal, blah, blah, blah. Okay, way more over my head. So I was like, okay, perfect. Told them, okay, they're going to pay for the 2 regular cleanings, but for the additional clean, you need to make it say periodontal, blah, 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 blah. Evidently, they did not do that. So I have a bill for $141. And I'm like, wait, what? Because I am not expecting a bill from the dentist for $141. So I'm going to call on Monday to see if they can rebill it again under the periodontal, whatever, and see what happens. If they cannot get it to go through, I will pay this one, but I will not go 3 times next year. I will only go for my 2 times, the 2 times that they're going to pay for. And right now, my dental does not renew until January. So I will not be going until January. Get me in January, because I'm not taking on any unnecessary bills. I know he wants to see me more and it helps me more and all that. But if you can fit that into a payment plan that works for me, and it works if they pay. If I got to pay, it don't work. And so because that is the case, hey, we are where we are. But that was unexpected, and I will be calling on Monday. I got it on Friday, and I was going to call on Friday, but they're closed. They're only open Monday through Thursday. Probably why they're trying to charge everybody, but all the things. The next thing that I wanted to update was, remember I told you guys that the state had not approved the budget. Well, they've approved the budget. As it were, they have approved, I think it's between 10 and 17% for teachers. I could be wrong on this. Somebody who knows, y'all let me know. But the majority of that is going to be for your teachers who have been teaching less than 10 years. It will not be for your veteran teachers who have been there for 27 years. Okay. Anybody over that 10-year period, we're going to average about a 3%, maybe. Okay. Now, I had a raise since 2023, but here we are. So then they said prior, anybody who was a state employee who made less than $65,000 was going to get a one-time bonus, not any any retroactive, nothing, just a one-time bonus of $1,750. Read the thing yesterday. State employees will get $1,750 who make less than $65,000. Teachers, however, if you have worked more than 16 years, you'll get $1,000. If you work less than 16 years, you'll get $500 as a one-time bonus. So is it the $1,750? Is it the $1,000? Is it the $500? We don't even know. We don't know when it's coming. We know nothing. And so when you count on all these things, I had so many hopes and dreams. 2 weeks of camp this year should have been half my salary for a month. That would have helped the kids and I get so further. Why do I always say the kids and I when they're grown? Jackson's not grown, but of course, you know, Jackson works, he pays his things. Sister works, she pays her things. I just never see myself as separate, but it is just me. But I take care of all of the things. Sister will start paying something very soon down the line. Sister will start paying. But for right now, I'm responsible. And so I just thought with them passing the budget, somehow that $1,750 was going to help me. But I'll take whatever they want us. I'll take whatever they give. It's just, I make less than $65,000. I do. So that's a little bit disheartening. But hey, that's neither here nor there. We're going to move along with life, and it is all going to be well. But that's the update for now. I know it's one thing I did not take the money out yet. I did put it in the budget for Mr. Jerome. So I've got to go get that money out because Mr. Jerome he don't got no Cash App, no Venmo, no pay. He is not technologically inclined. Mr. Jerome want cash. He is old school, older gentleman. Just give him cash and live my best life. Mr. Jerome does the work, and he be gone. That's how he does it. And it works out. But anywho, had we not had that 141, because if I have that in my account, I'll go, and if it does not work out where they can reprocess it or refile it or whatever, and I have to pay, then that money can definitely go to pay the bill. I won't carry a balance. I won't carry a bill of any kind. Oh, here's what I want to say. So Jackson, of course, is going to school. Y'all, we had some issues. We didn't have issues, but his roommate did, and we helped him out. So Jackson got his bill this past week. That bill was quite a lot. So I was like, oh, Jesus. But he got a merit scholarship. He got a NC Flex scholarship. He got a campus scholarship, and he got a Pell Grant. So between all those things, he was able to get his bill down to $2,300, $2,312 and some change. Well, the one item that was on the bill was insurance. He had to have either school insurance or private insurance. Well, we have private insurance. So once you go in and get your private insurance waived, they pull off $1,312. Well, because he did not have 6 credit hours on his schedule, they were not seeing him as a student. Well, we got his math class added, his chem class added. So now he has 13 credit hours in the portal. And we went in and filed a waiver to have that $1,312 removed from his bill. That should leave Jackson only owing $1,007.19 or some kind of odd change. Because I've been saving money for him in that fund that I put $25 in every time, because I've been saving, we have that money to go ahead and pay. I thought we were going to be paying, I thought we were going to get $1,000 back as a refund, but evidently they've added in something else that I must not count it for, and we owe $1,000. That is what it is. We have the money in there to pay it, and it's in that account that I've been saving for him, and I'll go ahead and drop that. But I'm waiting for them to take off that insurance, because they just let us waive it last week. He was able to get the thing put in his card, and they have everything on file. He did get his meninge B vaccine. His doctor does not recommend it unless they're going to college, so we got that. And then he also was able to do, what else did she have him do? He did the vaccine. She wanted him to get the COVID shot. We moved along. We not doing any of that. So he got that. His roommate. So Jackson is roommating with a little fella that went to school with him. They went to the same high school. They were on the same track team together all year long. And the little boy reached out and asked Jackson, did he want a roommate? Jackson said it's fine. He didn't really care. He a roommate, whatever. Jackson is so easy. So I'm nosy. Am I nosy? Probably, but it's okay. So I'm asking Jackson, does he have all the things? Is he straight? Everything good? Because we don't have any communication. I'm not hearing from parents. When you're like me, I'm one of those involved parents. I'm on all the forums. I'm on Facebook trying to find out where the parent groups are. I'm in Group Me. I'm on all the things. I'm in this is dorm group. I'm in the mom's group. I'm all, I want to know. But I have no communication from this other person. I'm trying to figure out, what does he know what's going on? So Jackson was like, well, Mom, he needs a little help with his schedule stuff. Can you help him? So when you invite me into your stuff, I'm invited now. So I was asking Jackson again. He's like, well, Mom, something's wrong with his tuition. I said, well, what do you mean? Jackson's tuition was just a little bit less than $10,000, so like $9,000 and some change. We thought it was going to be $7,500. Now it's up. I'm like, what is going on? So it's like $9,800 and something. The little fella, his tuition was $18,000. I'm like, wait, something is wrong with this. Well, they're charging this little fella as an out-of-state student. I'm like, no, that's wrong, because they went to the same high school, were on the same track team. They graduated together, these two kids. And so we went yesterday. I went on all the parent groups and forums, post the question, hey, this is what's going on. How can we help this kid? So finally, I gave Jackson all the screenshots and all the things, because lots of parents in there that know more than I do, but I know how to find the answer. And I said, Jackson, send him this information and tell him to get on it right now. Don't wait till Monday. Monday is not our moment. It's our moment right now. So when I was out yesterday, my boyfriend came up and we went out to dinner. And yes, he's my boyfriend. I'm happy with that boyfriend. I'm his girlfriend too. There it is. Okay. We got a text in the family group chat that said he got his tuition fixed, because there was no way that I couldn't sleep at night knowing that my kid was on in-state and this kid was on out-of-state, and they was at the same place. Like, how does that work? And people like, well, maybe they have been there a long time. This kid's been there. They just missed a step, some kind of place. But my other question was, where are your parents? Where are the people who should be involved? I don't see them. And if you need me to jump in and step in and help, hey, I'm there for you. But I need to make sure that these coins are going in the right direction. And that's just not for my kid. That's for this other kid as well. So anywho, as I've been working my budget, I'm trying to help that situation as well. And I told Jackson, I said, make sure to tell him to go back and look at his bill to make sure that they have made all the right adjustments, because the bill pay thing was down on Friday. So I said, make sure before he pays anything, because that little kid would end up having to get some loans and all the other stuff. And there's no need for all of that. Just make sure, because he's not declared a major or anything like that. He doesn't know what he wants to do. So right now he's just kind of general ed. And for general ed, we're not paying $18,000. That's not a thing. So make sure he gets all that situated. That has nothing to do with this budget, but it was a money thing. It was kind of what I was going on this week. So you probably will see that on my budget. Oh, this is how I got there. So because he's going to college, I'm talking too much, but y'all bear with me because I'm coming to the end of this. I had saved in his high school account a certain amount of money, and then he had put in a certain amount of money in there because he wanted to get all new school clothes for college, which is fine. I get it. Do y'all know this boy went up in this place and we came out of that store with $575 worth of clothes? And I am just so thankful that we had money in that account. And he was like, well, Mom, how much money do I have in there? And he put some in there and I put some in there because intermittently, sporadically, we've had to buy stuff. He needed shoes for culinary. He needed a new culinary outfits. He needed just different things. So money comes in, money goes out. If it's for school, money comes in, money goes out, no problem. And so $575 later, that money had to be paid. So because it has to keep $25 in that account, I actually took $475 out. It was $505. I took $475 out because I paid for it with my credit card and I paid that off. So it's kind of a wash. I still owe, I think, $70 on that, but that's going to be what it is. And we'll pay for the rest of that when he gets the next child support. It'll be fine. It's not due till August anyways, but we'll make sure we pay that off because he was able to get a ton of stuff: shirts, pants, shoes, all the things. He has a suit, all the things. Before he goes to college, we will do a video of us packing him up and what he's taken and all the things. So just know that you're going to see a large amount coming in and going out. It'll come in that transfer line item, and then it'll go out for college, his tuition payment. And that'll just be kind of in and out. It'll just circle in and circle right back out. Won't even stay long. So anywho, there it is. That's how we're looking so far for the month of July. Now, some things, we're on the 10th, 11th, tomorrow's the 12th. 10 more days from now, we'll get YouTube income. We'll get a little bit of income from Facebook. There used to be days when I would be just stressed out, worrying, where's the money come from? Where's the money coming from? Where's the money coming from? The Lord came in and he gave us that 800. It's like 800. It's like 700, $825 just from those wellness benefits to help buffer us, or we would have been behind just that much. So it helped us. I'm still looking to start sinking funds August 1. But for right now, the month of July, I just could not swing it. I already paid for the recycling. I already paid for the P.O. box. Now I can start fresh with the dogs for their annual visits. I'll do $40 for their annual visit. So by the time it's time for them to get their next visits in June and July, I'll have that money saved up. I know it seems like I keep pushing it off, and I am for right now, but it's all going to work out in the wash. But there it is. That's everything that we have coming in or going out over the last 11 days. And I'm trying to be very, very mindful of writing everything down. I may have forgotten something, but I did write some stuff down in my planner. I did have a little function today. If you look at my shorts, you're going to see that we had a farmer's market swap, and you'll get some videos of that as well. I just went ahead and took money from next week's groceries and took that out of that cash and used that, because I won't need groceries next week because we have food in the freezer. We are doing a 30 days. I got to clean this freezer out, eat this food, stop playing pantry challenge. I just saw Becky finished up one. Well, I think I'm a little bit behind on her videos, but she did a pantry challenge. I got to get this food out of here. It's food. We keep buying more food, and there's food already. I've got stuff coming out of the garden. I got 2 big eggplants, y'all. And so yeah, there that is. Anywho, like the video for us if you don't mind. We appreciate that. Just helps push us out. Our views are going up. Our income is slowly creeping up. I just have to keep posting videos, and I've got videos to post. So there are videos that are in queue just waiting to go. I like to do these videos live because I got the money right now. Let's go ahead and talk about it right now. So like the video, share, subscribe, follow, do all those things if you haven't already. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Our actual number of subscribers has gone up, so that's very helpful. You're going to get a lot of kitchen content in the next little while. I try to vlog here and there, but I know people like kitchen content. So you're getting cooking and cooking and cooking and all the cooking. What are you doing? Cooking. What's happening? We cooking. All the cooking things and all the money things, because that's what people like on my channel. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all again so much for stopping by. Like, share, subscribe, do all of those things, and we'll see you guys in the next one.